What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and today we have in front of you part 2 of the set here. And of course, we just reviewed Decepticon Bludgeon. Now we're going to do Decepticon Ruckus, which is a, I forgot what they were in G1 Trickicon, whatever they were, I don't know. I have one of them, the original, but he's way buried deep in storage. And I think it's Crankcase that I have. And yeah, I do have Crankcase, but unfortunately, I never reviewed that toy and I have my reasons as to why. But I do have him for the start of the video here. So we're going to talk about how this thing is retooled, well, basically upscaled from the Legacy, Legacy United Beachcomber or Legacy, no, I think that's Legacy Evolution Beachcomber, one of the two. But anyway, yeah, this is upscaled from that more than just retooled from it. We're going to talk about the odd choices in the articulation. And we're going to wrap it up. It's like I said, I have a lot more reviews to do, and I got to go down the line. I may not finish all today, as I did waste a lot of time. I'm going as fast as I can and as accurate as I can, so please bear with me here. So, of course, you know, we never went over the box, so we'll save it for this video. As always, as you can see here, Ruckus is on the right side, I guess the right side of the box. On the left side is Bludgeon. On the back is the box, and it says how many steps is to transform, Doom and Destruction Collection. Bludgeon is 27, and my man Ruckus here is only 9. Wow, Ruckus has 3 times the transformation engineering than Decepticon Ruckus. Wow, that says a lot. But anyway, now I did have a crack in mind with the paint. I don't know if that can, and there's not much I can do about it, but that's why I came. I just didn't really feel like going through the hassle of packing it up and sending it back, and I just didn't feel like it. So it is what it is, but you know, my toys are not for sale. The guns do store here in these little caveat or divots here. Depending on how you turn the gun, if you want to turn the gun this way, it kind of does just sit like that, so you can kind of get him to lift off the ground. So if you want to turn the gun around, you can. These guns do come off. We'll show that off in a minute. Actually, we'll show it off in robot mode. But you can kind of get that, so you kind of has like the guns already there. But if you kind of want to see, you know, the car and everything, just turn them around, and boom. And boom. So he does have rubber tires. And of course, is this guy. And, you know, because one sweeper is basically the same as him. And, of course, you can get the non-nef upgrades to make the, you know, guns flip out like trigger things and stuff. So basically, that's how he would look next to him. Then, of course, we have the crankcase, which is a retool of skids. And you can see that here. You know, and, of course, he really does not, unfortunately, do well with his guns, but you know, you can pretty much see. So if you got the other Doom and Destruction set, you can get one sweeper, and then you now have all 3 of the trigger cons and things like that. So, you know, that's a good thing if you want to do that. But, you know, we'll see these again in robot mode in a moment. We're going to switch over here to what we really want to compare it to, and that is none other than Beachcomber. So we're going to go over the comparison of these two, and yes, it's crazy. First things first, the wheelbase on both of these are identical. They're the same, which you would think with him being bigger that they wouldn't be, but they are. From the bottom here, they don't share too much. Even the legs are slightly different, but they share a similar pattern, but everything is just either wider or bigger, or longer. So, but it does come packed nicely than the other one. And of course, it doesn't really do anything here. This is all a fixed point, so you're going to see the head exposed. Very G1. That's why he only has 9 steps. And then, of course, here, like I said, I was kind of impressed. I was expecting what I expected, and yes, I was correct on my expectations, but I'm not upset by them expectations. Just a little bit annoyed. But you can see it here again. So my hands are in the way how nicely detailed that is, even in the front here. I mean, you know, naturally you can see that. And then, of course, here from the sides. I mean, yeah, I mean, how they did this to get to this is amazing. Like, I dig it. You know what I'm saying? I dig it. You know, it's a retool, remold. It does a lot. It makes use of what you have here. And I guess that helps the designers to get what they want from the figures that they want to make. And it helps them to get it, you know, and then of course, Hasbro can save money. So you can see there. I mean, you know, they're not, and it's not that this is much bigger. It's more in height bigger but not any bigger than this guy. And we can do measurements here. There we go. So we can see the difference. And for him in length, he is approximately, all right, let's get this right here, because, you know, I had somebody try to challenge me on my measuring here, and, you know, I'm like, you got a point. So he's 4.25 inches long. How long is Beachcomber? Beachcomber sits right at under 4, so right a little bit before 4 inches is where he sits in length. So they're not too much bigger than each other. Height wise, the highest he goes is about very close to 2 inches, where he is about a little above 3.75 inches. Width, he would be approximately 2 inches from wheel to wheel, and because of the back differences, he's about 2.5, where Ruckus is about 2 and almost 2.5 in the front, and then in the back he is about he's about 3 inches, yep. So yeah, he's just slightly bigger in this mode. So that's something to look at. So I do like the vehicle mode on him so far. I do like what they have done. Now we're going to talk some other stuff when we get the robot mode. And of course, we will always be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube magic, and we have Ruckus in his robot mode. And I'm going to tell you right now, I love this color. The creamy kind of beige here with the purple, and you got the little turquoise hits here on the side from this paint, or people think it's sticker dust paint, is awesome. Yeah, everything looks good. The head sculpt is really nice. Let's get a big close up of that. Let's bring this up so we can get a better look at him. And yes, he does look good. I think the head sculpt is fantastic. This back to 4.5. All right, so we're going to go over articulation, and now we're going to talk about what I don't like. All right, so basically the arm goes out to here. It won't go all the way back, but you can kind of still get that rotation there. Head is on a ball joint, can look kind of up and down, does turn left to right. Unfortunately, his view will be obstructed by his back. Does have a 360 waist swivel that Beachcomber doesn't have. He has it, but you got to move stuff out of the way. The legs do go out to here. He can Jean-Claude Van Damme. He has an elbow. He even has a very annoying rotating fist. Yes, I say annoying. It's very, very annoying. And the feet swivel. Now, why in the heck would you take the essence of a figure and not just fix the damn legs? Yes, the legs are a problem. As you can see back here, you're going to get that funky articulation where you don't really have a knee. And the knee is already all the way up here with a foot that's this long. It just is not right. And so in order to get him to stand up straight, the knee locks in place, which is weird. The fact that they molded the legs and had it stop here instead of us molding one long piece and having a normal foot, it just bothers me. And I'm like, so he looks like he's on stilts, and people are like, oh, Ruckus looks the best. I love Ruckus. Man, this thing look, dare I say it, ass. This is ass. I mean, this is ass. Who told you this was that? It doesn't. We're gonna go over that. And then of course he has to flip out guns, and of course there's no triggering mechanism. You just kind of flip them out. And yes, the guns do come off. You can take them off separately if you want. And, you can leave them like that and don't have guns at all if you want to leave the guns in the box. But he does have these guns right here. We're going to measure him when we get to comparing him with Beachcomber. This guy is Windsweeper. Like I say, I don't know. I don't forgot his name. I don't like him. I never really liked this figure. I don't know if I said that. But, he would be Windsweeper. And then, of course, right next to him, we have this monstrosity called Crankcase. And I say monstrosity because, yeah, he could have been better. But that would be the group right there if you're into getting these subgroups that were kind of like lost in the shuffle from back in the days. So everything about the mold is bigger. And when I say bigger, he's bigger. So I guess that makes him a Voyager? I have no idea. Well, let's get him straightened out since he has this weird, funky articulation here. So, you know, like I said before, you know, so he is actually approximately 5.5 inches. So that makes him a tall deluxe, basically. He's still deluxe. Also, the guns, I do believe, are slightly different as well. They're not exactly the same, though they do look the same. They're not exactly the same. So let's get that into play here. You know, it does look bigger, but it's not. It's just one is a matte finish with a gray handle. The other one has a glossy finish. So the glossy finish, of course, goes to, with the gray handle, the Beachcomber, and the matte finish goes to him. But the arms, now for starters, you can see here, the arms are much bigger. Let's straighten them out so you can see that. A lot of people can see that there because it's not like, it's really not Beachcomber. It just uses Beachcomber, but the arms, as you can see here, are bigger on him. So naturally, they're not, you know, it's not just, you know, tricks here. The chest is bigger. The head is about the same, but everything is just larger. And I'm saying if they weren't trying to go for such this weirdness, why couldn't they just make the legs correctly? That's all. So we're going to go ahead and put the guns back because I thought the guns were different. I really did. I just probably, now that I got them under the light, because, you know, I'm old and I can't see well, I guess I can say that now. So yeah, we can put the guns back in their hand. Right. So yeah, we don't really need to go back into anything else. It's a great figure, but it suffers from poor execution in legs. And when I say that, yes, the legs, it's like I said, this is not a proper, no one stands up like that. Like that's, you know, and I feel like somewhere along the line, maybe, what's the company name? Amazon didn't have enough money to pay for them to remold the legs, and they just said, do whatever you need to do. This is how much, or whatever, you know, this is how much we're going to give you, and that's that. Because personally, these legs, they're ass, man. They're like afterthought ass, and I think that's a terrible disservice to a figure that, if you look at it the rest of the way without the legs, they did a good job with it, even though it's cheap. Man, this is cheap, man. I mean, the head don't go nowhere. The head, I mean, there's no real rhyme or reason. Your head's not going to move back. There's no secret transformation. This thing is 9 steps, man. So let that sink in your head. But the look of him at the same time also kind of gives him that uniqueness where you just go, man, I guess I can keep him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's where I stand with this. You know, that's just me. I still like him. But the legs are wrong. The legs are just completely wrong. It takes away from the figure. And I'm not going to sit here and, you know, compromise it. It just looks bad. So that's my take on it. But you may have yours. But just should you buy this set overall? And I'm going to say, yeah, because we're not going to get Ruckus. And it's not just, you know, oh, Beachcomber. It's different. The colors are nice. The way that it looks. You'll probably overlook the legs because you know, hey, we may not get this, you know, again, but I mean, I feel like it could have been better. But hey, that's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? What are yours? Leave down in the comments below. This is Super Robot Ed. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bring you more news and reviews. Until then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Still got a long way to go.